Good morning. It's Friday morning, and as usual, it's another late-ish start. I'm not sure what we're planning today since our sister's still here, but I did get in the mail yesterday a new cookbook to review, and I was looking at last night, and I am just falling in love with all of her recipes. It's this book, Whitney Miller's New Southern Table. And I was thinking of maybe seeing if there's anything in my pantry that I need to use up and she might have a recipe for, and making that today since I don't know what we're doing. Cooking is always, I mean, there's plenty of mouths to feed and they would love some food. So that's what I'm thinking of doing. Art and the kids are working on their schoolwork right now, getting a little bit of that done before we figure out what we're going to do with our day. I found a recipe I wanted to try in that new cookbook, and it's a stuffed patty pan squash dip recipe. And because I have all those patty pans I'm still trying to get rid of, this seemed like it was the perfect recipe to purge some of my things and try a new recipe. It only uses 3 patty pans and you have to roast them first, so I'm going to go ahead and get these roasted while I'm doing everything else, and hopefully this will be done in time for lunch. And I think Art has plans for some crackers, so we're going to have crackers and patty pan squash dip.
Janelle's brushing them all with olive oil. Wow, this is going to be easy.
And they have to cook for 30 to 35 minutes.
I have to get the ingredients together for my crackers. 1 1/4 cups of milk. Yeah, that's about good.
Right.
Now we have to boil it.
This is my original recipe, but this isn't the one that I totally follow exactly, because this one just takes a little bit too much time and I had to shorten it up, and the crackers still come out just as good.
Aunt Laura is teaching Mary about Etsy and eBay.
Mary was, I'm editing a listing before I relist it, and Mary pointed to what I was doing and says, eBay. So I had to show her the difference between Etsy and eBay. Yeah, a pan, you're right. Yep, this is the inside of the pan.
Now watch.
You may watch, George.
Janelle just showed me how to mix. Like, it looks easy. She said I was making it look too
You were
hard.
going like this. You're doing these tiny little circles, and that'll take forever. You just take big rolls like that.
Okay, well, remember, I've never done this before. I'm still a trainee.
Covered.
Peter wants to help too. We're getting a lot of help with this.
Flour the counter. I'm going to flop this out in a minute.
Oh, that should be fun.
Mary,
We're just going to knead it to kind of bring the dough together.
It's a dough.
It's a dough. Just enough. Okay, Daddy, you're the roller with
Mac
George.
and roll.
Oh, does George want to roll?
You and George can roll. Let me wash
Okay.
my hands. I'll do the fill.
Okay, George can roll. Do you know how to use a rolling pin, George?
Aunt Laura is the hit amongst all the little people.
Okay,
She's showing Mary how to use eBay and Etsy.
it's never too soon.
Aunt Laura, please don't show her how to buy things, though. When Charity was small, I didn't realize that she knew how to click the mouse and do things on the computer, and I had left it open with my password and everything in my eBay account, and before I knew it, I checked and logged into my account later in the day, and all of a sudden I noticed that we had bought a 6 pairs of these really expensive trumpet socks. They were all the rage back 10 years ago, and what did we pay? $21?
It's $29.
$29 for 6 pairs of socks, and I wasn't going to say, oops, my daughter made a mistake, I want to cancel my order. So we just bought them, and we prayed and prayed that we would have a girl someday, and then John came along, and then Peter came along, and I'm thinking, here I am stuck with these beautiful socks, and eventually, look at, we had, what, 3 girls?
3 girls?
Yeah, we had 3 girls in a row, and all of those girls have used those socks, and they've held up great. So Charity actually made a pretty good purchase, but at the time I was not very happy with her.
This is one of my first times of using a rolling pin. Let's see how it works.
Don't push too hard. Don't force the dough. Just roll the dough.
Okay. You gotta go back and forth or just
Well,
one direction?
no, you want to do it even. Now
Sideways?
see how
Can you
you're
go
pulling.
sideways?
You need to let the rolling pin do the work for you.
Okay.
And
I do it.
hang on, I have to show Uncle Art how to do this because he's never done rolling pins before. Okay, so
Am I doing it the right way?
here, let me show you. Flip this over to make sure it was well floured because we don't want these sticking to the counter. And see, you don't really push the dough. You kind of just let the dough do its thing while you roll it back and forth.
Wow.
It's...
Like I say, I've
You
never...
don't sit there, oh, like you're pushing really hard. Okay,
Good.
Up here. Gotta roll it a little thinner. You need to cut this into even-ish squares.
Okay, well, I've seen you do this before, so... Oops.
Not too small. They'd rather be bigger. Really? Are you helping, Mary? You're helping? And Cousin George is helping, and Lydia's helping. This is gonna go fast with all these helpers.
Janelle's feeding the baby right now, so now it's my turn to do it all by myself. Are you gonna... Well, maybe I'll get some help from George.
Yes.
Mary loves helping with the crackers. Yeah, that one is Mary's right there.
No, I don't really know how to cook a meatball. That's
I do. Daddy is going to roll this ball of dough.
Well, I'm the expert now that I learned how to do it
Is
a
it
few minutes
hot?
ago. So, uh-oh.
I don't know what to do.
Okay.
We're gonna. Oh, this is.
Uh-oh.
Daddy said he's the expert.
Well, except I forgot
Flour.
flour on top and it's sticking. So I remembered flour now. I'll try it again. And I'm seeing if I can do it and make it look as good as Mommy did it. How am I doing, John?
Pretty good. Now George is giving it a try.
I think George's hand is a little too big.
No, it isn't. I'll go get another one for George. No. Hey, George, go and put that.
Okay, here we go. Oops. Probably have to cut one. Oh, right down the middle here. If it's not exactly the right shape, who cares? Oops. Let's see if Aunt Laura knows what this is.
Pretzel salt that's been rescued from the bottoms of bags. If they're too salty, you'll know why.
That's it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm sure Mary will do a fine job, though.
Okay. Yes.
Guess why everybody's gathered together in front of a computer?
Okay. Okay, George, you may come
Okay.
back now.
Laura, tell us why you're gathered together in front of a computer.
We are ready to watch the latest episode of Parsnips and Parsimony.
Yeah, and Laura just said, please be quiet so I can listen. I like how you're listening to them right now. Be quiet so I can hear you. The irony.
Okay. Are we ready now?
Yeah. Janelle's putting the seeds in there for the chickens, and we're getting another bowl for the squash guts, and I think we're going to use that for the dip, are we?
That's what the recipe says. Don't
Is that
know.
meatball Friday?
This batch, I think, got a little overcooked, but you know what? They're probably going to be good anyway.
We don't maybe we can.
Little burn. There's Janelle's stuff. Looks good. And there's the dip and the crackers to go in it. We have a non-burned crackers and then slightly burned crackers. There's the stuff in the regular bowl. Then over here in the squash skins with a sprig of parsley and the overflowing goodness, that looks yummy. Laura and Charity are going through the pantry trying to find stuff to use up. Well, we just got rid of some dill pickle mix. We make our own dill pickles and they probably taste a lot better than this anyway. This was 59 cents, marked down to 40 cents.
The first barcode that they used in the grocery store, it was like in Ohio or something. It was Wrigley Spearmint Gum, and it was, I think, in February of 1974. Okay, it's weird that I know that, but I do. And so, anyway, this does not have a barcode. And so, probably by the early 80s, everything had barcodes. So, this is probably from the 70s or before. It has a zip code on it, so we know it's not earlier than the 60s. But I'll just say, if it hasn't been used yet, it's time to say goodbye.
In this cabinet, we found a coupon that was 31 years expired. So in your educated guess, would this beat out that 31-year-old coupon? It expired 1984.
Yeah, I remember Mom making some really nasty pickles when I was quite young, and it was probably out of one of these. We ended up throwing the pickles away after choking down a couple of them. We lived on Gentian then. I'd say this is older.
Okay, so that gets the new record of the oldest item in our pantry.
We're just finishing up dinner, and the kiddos are cleaning up the dinner dishes. I'm keeping an eye on Grace here. She has some pancakes she's gnawing on, and these carrots are cooked carrots, and it turned out that she loves cooked carrots. She's been nibbling them up, haven't you? And I'm kind of keeping an eye on Mary, and she's playing with her backpack. What's up, kiddo? You have your backpack? Is it heavy? No. Heavy. Ooh. It's full of wood blocks. Art's trying to help.
The basement door open with hands full of candy
Drop
jars.
anything, please.
Here, wait, hang on. Wait, stop.
What? More?
Well, how's he going to hold that?
Let's see here.
Don't drop anything.
Let's hope we don't hear any crashing sounds.
Anyways, I'm working on my price list for when we go to Sam's Club and working on that for you guys. But I think I'm going to call it a night. I've got some editing to do. And Grace, I hear a little voice upstairs calling for mommy. So I'm going to call it for a night. I'll see you for our next vlog. Bye.